Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys. Well, we have the gift of gab today. Taylea is back in studio, and we were catching up on everything, which we were only without each other for, a week, if that. Yeah. But not really, though. It was like 5 days. Anyways, gift of gab. We've been talking since, for 3 hours. I don't think I told you guys last time, but I got Invisalign. Can you tell? I don't have them in. And the other day, I'm about to change. So I've had them for 2 weeks. I'm about to change them on the day before this comes out. And literally the other day, I wasn't feeling well. And I took one of those turmeric shots. And I just knew. I was like, bad idea. Don't take it with the Invisalign in. And I took it with the Invisalign in. And now my teeth are like orange, yellow. They're honestly like orangey gold, and I look like a fucking pirate who has like never brushed her teeth. Not my personal teeth, but like the brackets are that color. And then I put them in this blue solution, so now they're like lime green, and I feel like they would glow in the dark. So whatever, if you see me on the street, it's me. Okay. That's all for the show. Oh, have you guys made your 2024 vision board yet? Because I made mine yesterday. I was feeling inspired. And I put a lot of good stuff on there, I think. A lot of like really direct, try to be like subliminal, very intentional things on there. And I did it last year and I did it this year on my phone. And I like that because I'm always looking at my phone 24/7. And I think that's a good reminder to, have it there as a little reminder of what you really want. Of what your goals are. Anyways, okay, let's get to the stories. I don't think we need a whole episode. Do you guys want to hear an hour of me talking about how I made a vision board? Okay, wait, I do want to talk about this though, because I wanted to start a trend on TikTok. Hear me out, guys, and I think you guys should chime in. It's called Vision Board Check, and I wanted to do like where you post like your vision board and check off like, kind of what came to fruition. So actually, let's go over that. I want to talk about what came to fruition from last year to this year, and some bullets were dodged. Let me bring it up. Un moment. So this is my vision board from last year. First and foremost, I think everybody has engagement on their board. And thank God I did not get engaged this year. I was actually, we were talking about getting engaged around like this time or like the fall. Hallelujah, Jesus, we're not. The one thing that like really came to fruition on my board so much, which was what I really, really wanted above all, was to travel with friends. This little one right here, travel with friends. I went to so many things. I went on started off in January on a cruise with my best friend, Tajwan, and we went on a Virgin Voyage cruise with the Bachelor people. Super fucking fun, amazing, best food I've ever had in my entire life. I don't know if I was really hungry and, deprived from the semaglutide that I was on, which I was only on that for like 2 months, and I lost like 10 pounds, but I immediately gained it back. So like whatever, or not 2 months, maybe like 3 months from like August to January or like October to January. I don't remember. Anyways, literally when I went for the cruise, we left for the cruise on that Friday was my last shot. And then I just like never took it again. And, cause why? Anyways, so I went on that. Then let's see, where else did I go? I went somewhere else. Oh, wait, let me look at my albums because that's where they are. My shared albums is going to tell me where I went. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I went on the cruise. Then I went to New York for my 30th birthday. I loved that trip. That was amazing. I wanted to start a new thing where I travel every year in my 30s because I'm sick of planning parties. And here I am planning another party. But the only reason why I'm not going on a trip this year for my birthday coming up is because I bought a car. And I just don't think it's like, you know, financially responsible to like go on a trip. You know, I'm trying to like be responsible adult. And then I went, Mexico, trip from hell. Did I tell you guys about that one? How we got chased by the cartel? So scary. Long story short, I went to Cancun and we went from the 3rd to the 8th. I don't know actually how long we fucking went because I blacked out that trip. It was a trip from hell and I don't want to remember any bit of it. Long story short, we were there for like 4 days. I don't even remember. And I do remember, though, that it was on a Monday when we went across the street from the resort. We took an Uber and did like a little U-turn and went to the Rosa Negra, like kind of 5 concepts in one situation. And we went to the sushi concept. I forgot what it was called in Cancun. And then when we were trying to get an Uber back, the Ubers kept canceling. The taxis wouldn't let them come. And they proceeded to chase us to the hotel and threw a big ass boulder at the car. And if it was on the glass, I would have been dead. And this podcast would never be. So, fears on Mexico realized. And that's why I've never wanted to go. I have no desire to go back, really. I do want to go to Tulum, but maybe with different group. Then I went to Calgary. That was this year. Oh, and then I went to Banff this year. I went to Banff this year and I went to Mexico this year. Oh, wait, what year is this?
2023.
Oh, yeah. Why did I just think it was 2022? Hold on. I got confused. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. And then I went to Banff. So I went on, and then me and Taylea just went to Charlotte and Raleigh. So I went on 5 trips. I went on 5 trips. That is amazing this year. All because I put it on my vision board of traveling with friends. And I have to tell you, was I planning any of those trips? Absolutely not. I am a planner, but sometimes I get really overwhelmed and then I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just go and like work out. Like, let's just rent a car and sleep in the car, which we did do that. But I am so grateful. All of the friends reached out to me immediately about wanting to go on a trip. And I guess the only one that didn't was us when we went to Charlotte and Raleigh because we kind of said it together at the same time. Yeah. And I love that. Clit City. Represent. And when we booked it, it's so quick. You guys don't have to tell me anything twice. A bitch is ready with a credit card in hand. Will it get declined? Potentially. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. What else did I have on here that I was going to move? I have it on this board again. I have it moved. Hopefully I am going to move. Not because I hate my place. I've just like lived here for so long. I'm like ready for a change of scenery, you know? And I have a passport. I wanted to go out of the country. I guess I did go out of the country because I went to Mexico. And Canada. Look at that. Travel with friends, going out of the country. Those were like my big thing. This year, I have it again on my board and I cheated a bit because another girlfriend asked me to go to the UK. We're going to go to London and I have to go with her because we're obsessed with, the king and queen, Kate and William, because Camilla Ware and our lovely Princess Diana, the princess of the people. So I'm excited to see that. So I put the London Eye on this year's board and I asked her if that was cheating, but it's not. Okay, let's see what else came to fruition last year. Money. I won a lot of money because I sued my family. Love that for me. Didn't work out. Probably a little bit. And then I have a huge camera on here. Like one of those, like a production camera. And I guess it's a podcast. Look at that. The podcast restarted. And then I have, Evil Eye, Getaway. Anyways, I have a lot more this year. I also have the turkey. I did the turkey hot air balloons. I do want to go see that. I have a lot of good things this year. I love it. Okay, let's see. I put some relationships on here that I'm really obsessed with that I think are good relationships regardless of the nitty gritty details because I do have Victoria and David Beckham on here, and people are like, he cheated on her. Okay, and you know what? That's an agreement that they made that they can get over and power through. Okay, I don't love the cheating, but I love the dedication to get through the marriage, which is the point of marriage. Okay, so like whatever. I have London on here. I have $1 Million Listings Houston. I have a good quote. I have myself on my vision board, because if you're not your own muse, who are you? I also put another traveling with friends, because you can never travel with friends too many times. And I also love that it's kind of two birds in one stone, because it's like private jet and traveling with friends. So we'll see how that comes next year. Obviously, I have love on there. I have investment properties that I want to buy. I want to move. We have moving boxes again with new keys, money on there. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I'm rich, I am that bitch. Don't sue me, Flo Millie. I just love that quote. I love that song. It's always playing. I have New York on there because a bitch has dreamed about living in New York since she was a child, since she first saw Sex and the City. And I have Whole Foods. Taylea was like, why do you have Whole Foods on there? Because I want to be able to afford Whole Foods and eat healthy. That's why I have that on there. I want to say about the New York thing, if anybody's like into astrology, okay, I really gotta stop mispronouncing words. I just think it's funny. If anybody's like into astrology and you're like now down this rabbit hole about into astrotopography, which let me just tell you, don't let me lose you. It just means like wherever you put in your birth chart information, it like shows you different lines of like your career, like where you're going to thrive in, where you should live, where you are going to meet your partner, or maybe a background, like their ethnicity, nationality, where they're coming from, and like your Jupiter, where you're like lucky. Also, it doesn't have all the planets, I don't think, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, just like a few. Let me tell you where it said that I should live. New York. Yeah, for career and for like being the most happy. And you know, ever since I was like I'm telling you, like since I was a child, people are like, oh, are you from New York? And I was like, I'm not. I'm born and raised here in Houston. And they were like, oh, well, you have like a very like New York accent and like your energy is just giving New York. And I was like, I always thought that was a compliment. But when I went, I was definitely doing the like, yeah, loser touristy. And I would like dude, I went with my East Coast friend who was my roommate, and I hate this. I could just say friend, but I have to tell you the story. I have to tell you the trail. I did it to you. I was like, my friend's like, you could just say your friend. Yeah.
But now she's my producer. Oh,
and now she's my friend. So anyways,
yes.
my friend, she was my roommate in California, and then she moved back to the East Coast, whatever. So I went to go visit her a couple years ago. This is, before the pandemic, and we like traveled together too. But I went to go visit her in Boston, and we went to New York for, I don't know, like 72 hours or less, 48 hours. And she was so over me because she's very East Coast, and I'm very like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And I remember we were waiting in this line for Leo's Bagels. I can't remember. I think it was in the financial district. I think we were staying in Fidei by the DoubleTree, because we kind of walked to Leo's Bagels. I don't know if there's more Leo's Bagels, but we were like over there. And the shops were really small and the line was long. And it was, I mean, I don't know, like 9 a.m. Like nothing like too early, but nothing too late. And everybody was hungover. And I would just remember being like screaming in an alley. And I was like, hello, New York. I would like wake up and do it, and she was like, can you fucking stop? Like, she was so over it. And then I just kind of did it more because it was funny. Yeah, it was just like funny, and everybody was like, shut up. Like, it was just giving like, turn it down, like I don't know, it's just giving like Friends, and I saw that Friends episode recently where like Rachel was living with Joey, or like she was in Joey's room, and then like that guy sang every morning, and he's like, hello, New York, and she's like, can you shut up? He's like, it's the morning. And I was like, it's very me. I'm such a morning person, it's disgusting. Catch me past 2 p.m. and it's 1:34. I've got to get it going because I'm gonna crash. Literally, I am a 3 p.m. crasher, and I kind of wake up again around like 6, but then crash again at 8 p.m. So like you really don't have that much time with me. Okay. I have to say though, lately I've been laughing at Friends, like really like hysteric little belly laughs. I was like, what did I do? Was it yesterday or the day before? I was like watching Friends. I can't even remember the episode, but it was just like so stupid, but like stupid funny, obviously. And it was a hill that I would die on. Like I love Friends. I never missed it. Like when it came on like every Thursday, I was like, you know, this is before streaming and before DVR. So like you had to watch it or you're going to miss it. Or the next week you had to get there early to watch previous episode and then the episode before. Nobody understands that struggle these days. Nobody understands that struggle. But I was cooking and I was eating dinner by my lonesome and I was watching Friends and I just like, like very loudly. And I was like embarrassed because I was like, Friends isn't funny, you know? But now I'm like at the phase in like my late 20s, early 30s where it's like extremely relatable. I get it. So that was my thing on that. Okay, have you guys heard about... There's a lot not that much to talk about, actually. I feel like it was a slow news week. I don't know if it's because I was sick or what, but did you guys hear about the Tenant From Hell? They finally settled. Let me read you the story. If you haven't heard, it's about an Airbnb tenant who rented a mansion. I want to say it's in Miami, and I'll double check that in a minute, in September of 2021 for 6 months. She was supposed to rent it for 6 months. Now, before you read the article, I just want to say that Airbnb, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a host on Airbnb, but I do know that it says, and I want to say it says it on the renter side as well, that anything over 28 days, you should get signed in a lease, because anybody who has possession of a home for longer than 30 days automatically has squatter rights, depending on which state that you're in. In Texas, that's a thing. I think in obviously Florida, California. I don't know about New York. I don't think New York has actually, New York probably does have squatter rights. I'm not sure, but I know for sure those 3 states have squatter rights. And that's why we're in this pickle. So anything, if you're signing anything or renting on Airbnb longer than 28 days, you should get it in just a short-term lease per that state, because it covers the tenant and it covers, more importantly, the landlord, because you're renting your house out. Because if somebody starts squatting there, they get squatter rights, they get mail, they get shit delivered, they can come and they go as they please, but you cannot change the locks. If you do change the locks, they can call the cops to have them changed again, because that is their home. It's like a whole big mess. I think the Carolinas have squatter rights too. All right, let's get into it. Airbnb tenant from hell, this is from People, by the way. Airbnb tenant from hell who allegedly lived rent-free for 575 days leaves the property. That was this week, November 6th, 2023. I'm really stuck 10 years ago. And that's another thing about squatter rights. You don't have to pay. Her name is Elizabeth Hirschhorn. Okay. Elizabeth Hirschhorn, who was referred to as a tenant from hell, apparently departed Los Angeles guest house. See, I told you California has squatter rights. I thought it was Miami. Excuse me. This is happening in Los Angeles, California. Departed the Los Angeles guest house she had allegedly been staying at for 575 days, reportedly rent-free on this past Friday. The landlord, Sasha Jonovic, met Hirschhorn in September 21. According to Los Angeles Times, the renter, 55, found the residence's guest house through an Airbnb, according to the landlord, and was supposed to stay there for 6 months. The Brentwood property features a pool, a rooftop, a tennis court, and a fully equipped fitness center, while each suite has a private patio. Okay, moving on. Oh wait, the complaint filed by Janovic, Hirschhorn's 6-month stay, turned out to be 575 days in the $3.5 million home rent-free. Okay, Brentwood is really nice, by the way. I love Brentwood. Speaking of Brentwood, and I'm going to get to this story, I'm going to finish it. I got to tell you guys this tangent really quick. I was going to be Fergie's assistant. Yes, the Fergie, not Fergie, Duchess of York, the Fergie of the Black Eyed Peas. Amazing. What's her real name? Stacey Ferguson. That's her real name.
Gosh, I didn't know her last name was Ferguson.
I think it is.
Fergie.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh
Oh yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, you're a Fergie. You're Taylea Fergie.
That sounds so
What if you named your kid Fergie though?
Fergie.
Well, but like if that was like your maiden name and you just named the kid Fergie, like Fergie Williamson.
Yeah.
That could be cute actually.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't have my name.
But it's kind of like Shrek when they named the kid Fergus. Fergus.
I don't remember.
I watch Shrek so much. Do the roar. It's so relatable too because it's like fuck them kids. You know what I mean? Okay, let me get back to my Fergie story. Okay. So, long story short, you asked me how I was going to be Fergie's assistant. I found the listing on Facebook. Somebody that I was like friends with on Facebook, I guess was doing like, when you live in LA, I guess it is who you know, but it's also who you are friends with on Facebook. And you would be surprised. Like you think it's like probably harder to get these like A-list jobs. And it's like not that hard. Like everybody's just out here trying to get a job and it's posted on job boards like Facebook or like LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever. And of course it says like confidential. So what I read was, I forgot that girl's name too. I probably am not friends with her anymore. Anyways, what I read was that, it was like she posted about it as a status saying like, oh, A-list celebrity needs assistant. I was like, I need a fucking job. So yeah, I made it 3 rounds. I met like her house manager, super sweet lady, forgot her name too, at this coffee shop in Brentwood, or this like cafe, this market, if you will, in Brentwood, and did 2 interviews with her. And then made it to the 3rd round with Fergie. And I was like so calm and cool. She thought I was so cool. And I was like, me? She was so nice. Literally the nicest person ever. And so like obviously from Houston, and she was reading my resume. She was like, oh my God, I remember the rodeo and how, me and the Black Eyed Peas performed there. That was the last time we performed was at the Houston rodeo back in 2009, 8, whatever. And I was like, or 10, I was like, wow, that's so surreal right now. Because I also went to prom because one of my boyfriends was older. My high school boyfriend was older than me. And I went to prom 2009, and they had just put out their last album together. What's the one, that song, Good Vibes? No, what? I got a feeling. All weekend for 3 days straight, we were just listening to that album on repeat. So you're welcome for the streams because it was such a bop. And I told her that. I was like, that's so crazy because literally prom, that's the whole album we listened to like all weekend. She was like, wow, that was so cool. Anyways, she was really nice. And she was obviously married to Josh Duhamel at the time. And she was like talking about going on tour. And did I have to sign an NDA? I mean, it's been 5 years. I know I would have to sign an NDA if I got the job. Yeah, I don't think I signed. Right. Oh, no. I beat you to the punch. I didn't get the job. Well, hold on. Let me back up. Well, no, I'm thinking about like, am I saying anything like pertinent? I'm not. No. Yeah. Okay. I'm like not trying to get sued. Yeah. So anyways, I mean, it was like a quick-ish interview. I probably talked to her for, I don't know, was it 30 minutes or was it an hour? Who's to say? But I met her at a studio, which I had been there before, recording studio. This is what's so crazy is like, it just feels like one of these like full circle moments because it's like, how was I listening to like Black Eyed Peas in high school at like my prom? Well, it wasn't my prom, but I went 3 times. I was so popular. And then, now I'm like, I found this like random Facebook post to like interview with an A-list celeb to be like a personal assistant, and like now I'm interviewing with Fergie, and now I'm at like an actual recording studio where like literally like Britney Spears had recorded her albums too, and like just a lot of famous people, but it's like LA and it's like normal, and like everybody needs a studio, you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift is like, popping in to record something really quick before dinner, girls, you know what I mean? Just at a studio in New York. Like I don't know, it's like surreal to be there, and maybe that's so emotional to like think about it. But like, I will say a lot of people don't have the same experiences that I had in 10 years and that I had in 3. So it really is your vibe. And I think if people don't, you know, care about the same things you do, or they're not getting it, like fuck them and move on. And like the door opens for you because you make it happen and you take opportunities. So I didn't end up getting the job because she went with somebody who her current assistant already recommended, and it was kind of going to be like a second assistant thing. So I was like, you know what, that's fine, because you know I'm the one that needs an assistant. So better for you, to be honest. But she was so nice, and that was my story on that about Brentwood. And you know, that's that. So let's get back to the Tenant From Hell. Okay, let's see. On Monday, Janovik's attorney Sebastian Rucci, who previously described Hirschhorn as the Los Angeles Tenant From Hell, fired a notice of voluntary dismissal without prejudice on the Los Angeles County Supreme Court. Okay, let's see. The judge granted a request to dismiss the eviction case, and the case for damages against Hirschhorn is ongoing. Okay, so it's ongoing. The parties disagree as whether Hirschhorn left the property voluntarily or not, because 3 men removed every item and Elizabeth Hirschhorn left with a police escort. The landlord reported that the court, in his filing obtained by People, perceiving this as voluntary act of abandonment, the locks were changed and the possession was retaken by the plaintiff, the landlord, Janovik. It's basically like a he said, she said. And do I have dyslexia? Okay, apparently her lawyer, Hirschhorn's lawyer, the Tenant From Hell's lawyer, Rucci, stated that police were called because while filming a documentary regarding the eviction, in this case, a truck arrived with 3 men around 10 a.m. and 3 men went inside the guest house and kept bringing out bags from the guest house, he added. It was later concluded that Elizabeth Hirschhorn hired movers but did not inform Sasha when he asked them what they were doing. When he knocked on the door and Elizabeth did not respond. After a couple of hours of this, Sasha called the police. The landlord. I just think this story is really crazy. Hirschhorn also previously requested that Janovik pay her a relocation fee of $100,000 according to a settlement offer reviewed by the Los Angeles Times. That's crazy. I don't think he paid, but you guys, get everything in writing and get it on a real lease and a real contract. Have your lawyer write it up. I mean, that's crazy. This Airbnb is taking the nation by storm. I'm not a big Airbnb person. I will say that when I stayed in Calgary and Banff with my girlfriend for her birthday, like I told you when I was traveling, Airbnb was actually cheaper than a hotel, which I think is the point of Airbnb. But I don't know why in the US it's the same price, if not more, for an Airbnb than a hotel. Like, I personally am a hotel girly. I like room service. I like, people to clean up after me, and like the showers if they do that, whatever. If I forget a toothbrush, I like the accommodation to, have a toothbrush just sent up to my room. With the Airbnb that we stayed in Charlotte, I forgot my toothbrush and I had to fucking go to CVS. We had to Uber, we had to walk. It was just like a whole conundrum to like get a toothbrush. Instead of just having one readily available at downstairs concierge or their little shop or their store or like whatever. I personally like a hotel. But I do understand if you're staying with like a group, or if you're staying for like longer periods of time, then maybe an Airbnb is like more sufficient. But I mean, I don't know. They're doing like a lot of revamping, and I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to play out next year in 2024, because a lot of counties, I know in Texas, have banned the purchase of Airbnb or purchase of properties for Airbnb, even if it's not in an HOA, because they're just, there's too many, and then the people of that county or city cannot afford to live or purchase or have the opportunity to purchase a home. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. My neighbors are singing karaoke.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
Sounds like a kid.
It sounds like somebody's dying or like a dog's howling. I don't think it's these people. It's the people. It's 2 doors down. And it's crazy too because they rebuilt this because this burnt down in 2017.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't add enough insulation to the top and the walls. So I'm sure they can hear me screaming all the time. And they can hear me talking right now, I'm sure. Fuck it, I'm loud. Oh my God, the other day I heard my neighbors banging. And I was like, I texted my other neighbor and I was like, oh, they're banging. And my first thought, so it's a 1-bedroom apartment above me. And my first thought, and they already have a kid up there who like they literally play fetch. I can hear them throw a ball and then the kid runs and gets it and then brings it back. Like, I mean, honestly, it's a little genius, but I heard them fucking the other day and I was like, oh, great, another kid. That was my first thought. Not that like, oh yeah, you're getting laid, like more noise from me. The loudest person in the room, but I need everybody else to shut the fuck up, okay? You guys, you know what else? I was scrolling on the little tiki-taki this morning and I saw this little girl putting a PowerPoint presentation together for her mom for her Christmas list. And I had this like existential crisis, if you will, or something. No, it's giving like a conundrum or something because sitting here thinking, this girl, very type A, we love that about her. She knows exactly what she wants. She doesn't want to deter. She doesn't want to not be surprised on Christmas. She wants to get exactly what she wants. I love that. You know, I love a girl who knows what she wants, okay? A woman after my own heart. But I had a thought. This has nothing to do with the mom and the child, more so consumerism and like the kids now, the influencer kids growing up on influencer culture. I mean, she had the links, she had the LTK, baby, she's like under 9 years old. Why does she need a stone bath mat that absorbs the water when you get out of the tub? You don't have a house. Get that as a gift for your mom for your bathroom. Like, why does she need that? She wanted an iPad because her and her sister share, and she's like, I don't want to share with her. She wanted a Mac laptop, so she needed an iPad and a laptop. She wanted 5 different gift cards, Roblox, a Visa, $200 solely at Target. And then I don't know what the hell was on I think $100 there, $50 on something else. And then she wanted... And this is not about her, like, you know, she wanted all these Amazon, this stuff. She wanted like some squishy stuff, but it's not about, she had like pages. It was probably like a 3-minute long video. And this isn't about her list. I mean, she's a child. Please, like, put your list together. I hope it's a mile long and I hope you get every single thing. My thing was that influencer culture. Do you get it? Influencer culture. These children are just sitting here on a screen looking up like, oh, buy this, buy that, buy Nutrafol, buy this backpack, buy, I'm going to buy Nutrafol, actually. They've got me because I want thicker hair. But like buy, you know, oh, Amazon, oh, Prime Day deals, oh, this and that, oh, these shoes. You can get them in one day. I don't know. I'm just like, that's crazy. And I'm wondering what's going to happen in like 15 well, if she's 10 or like 9, yeah, like 15 years. Like, I just wonder, I'm scared. Like, I don't know, capitalism, you know, consumerism, it's a scary place. I'm a de-influencer, I'll tell you the truth. I also get conned really easy and I'm an optimist. My favorite is when you see the influencers that used to rep something and now they're repping like a different product and you never hear it, like of the same market, like
Dyson versus Shark.
Yeah. Or like Dyson versus Shark, or like Billy Razors versus Harry's. I know that's for men, but or like Flamingo. Like I use the Flamingos at Target, but like something like that, and like you never hear them mention, and they're like, oh my God, I love these, you know, Billy Razors, and then like a month later, they're like, oh, check this out, and they'll like never, or like the whole Tula of it all, when like that was like a whole thing when like they were doing and now it's Tarte is doing their big influencer push and doing all of their like influencer campaigns and stuff. And you know, I haven't heard about Tula in a while, and I liked their moisturizer. It's scary. I mean, this is from Amazon. Oh my God, you know what I'm gonna watch? Speaking of fast fashion and influencing, I was watching Black Cake, by the way, get on it. I've watched 4 episodes, really good. It's on Hulu. Got a Hulu commercial for the Shein documentary that's out. It's now streaming. I think it's on Hulu. I'll circle back, but I'm gonna watch it this week and it'll be on next week's episode. And I want to talk about like the fast fashion and stuff, because I'm a very fast fashion person, because my mindset used to be like, I don't have money, let's just get something for like on the cheap. And plus trendy clothes, why am I going to be spending hundreds of dollars for a trend for 6 months? That I can't do. My wardrobe now, as you know, with my garage sale and everything, if I haven't mentioned it, like Dorit's break-in, I am doing like a more like timeless, classic, like all-American style, like I'm trying to do that for my wardrobe, just more like I have costume. I love costumes. I love maximalism. I love all this stuff. But like I want to buy more quality pieces. And so that's what I'm trying to like focus more in like 2024 and like my whole personal rebrand. Speaking of Shein, a lot of you are calling it Sheen. It's not, it's Shein. And do you want to know why I know that that is for fact that it's called Shein? Is because a lot of you guys weren't OG shoppers. Okay. Like I told you, I'm a poor bitch. Not so much anymore, but I used to be. And when the brocos know that you got to find cute clothes on the cheap, you just go to, you know, little you googly, and it'll bring you up to some websites. So what I used to shop at back in, hold on, let me think of the time, 2012, 2013, 2014, is it was called She Insider. It was called She Insider. It was terrible. You kind of never know what you're going to get. Now it's more, I would say, reputable, but I guess they're under fire with this whole fast fashion and like, you know, whatever of it all. But it was called She Insider. And, you know, sometimes on your shirt, this arm would be too tight and this one would fit just right. You know, you never know what you're going to get. It's a gamble. And it took like 4 months to get there. And it was like such a waste of time. But they got sued, or they went under. They were in a lawsuit, and they had to change all of this stuff. And I remember because I watched it in real time as a shopper of that website, and they changed it from She Insider to Shein. So stop saying Shein, stop saying Shine. It's Shein, because it used to be formerly known as She Insider. I will not be taking any questions at this time. Thank you. And then also, like, I remember when they did that collab, I want to say Madeline, whatever her name is, the redhead from Riverdale, was one of the first ones that I remember to do a collab with them when they rebranded and made it more legit and really like legitimized the brand and made people. And the quality of clothes got better too. Like now I know that Shein, like I know, but here's the thing. I know what I'm getting for $6. Okay. Like I'm not thinking that it's going to be the best quality, but I do know that my arms are going to fit in the armholes, which is nice. But now I'm still getting Halloween costumes on some of the things. You know, that Halloween material, if you know, you know. I mean, if you've ever been to Party City and you just buy like a Halloween costume, it's like that. I don't even know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. So they're not doing that so much anymore. And now I will say literally since, you know, forever, the last 10 years, I've bought every single bathing suit from Shein the last 10 years. And I really like it because they also have like really wild suits on there. And I like a wild bathing suit. And I loved a cheeky before it was a cheeky and a thong, whatever, before it was popular. And now I can't find a full bottom to save my life. Even if I did find a full bottom, my ass would eat it. I guess it's not a bad problem to have, but so the Shein documentary, supposedly based on my research and just what I've heard in the commercial is, again, I'm pointing at the TV, sorry, is due to that whole influencer trip that they did. And then they all went to like a sweatshop and then they all were like marketing it. The influencers were marketing it like, this is a great place to work. And like they were free apparently, or like getting paid pennies and nickels. So it's like everybody's like under fire for that, for like exposing that.
Well, do you think that, did you already watch it?
No, I haven't yet.
Do you think that, because I remember.
Did you watch it?
No, but
Oh,
I remember
okay.
seeing like videos of some of the influencers.
Yeah.
But like it didn't look like a like sketchy sweatshop.
Well, no, I don't think they showed that. Yeah, I think they put on like a fake, look alive, everybody. You know what I mean? Like corporate's here. That's what I think. And I think, or it's like kind of like Scientology, right? It's like when you like go, it's like, oh, this is like bells and whistles. But it's like if you get to level 8, you're like, oh shit, like what? I've spent $1 million for a lie. You know, you're looking at the shiny things over here, but then you don't see like their other facility of, you know, the people actually doing the work and whatnot. I mean, that's just, again, that's just all alleged. I haven't watched a documentary yet. I might come back with a different perspective or even a whole different plot. I'm pretty sure that's what the plot is, but that's what sparked the that influencer trip that Shein did recently. I think it was this year, right? That's what sparked this whole documentary about journalists and like the whole fast fashion industry. But I want to know also like about Fashion Nova and like Misguided. Like, remember all of those brands? I've mentioned so many brands. Somebody give me a fucking sponsorship, I tell you. It's like, I am a consumer. Anyway, so TBD on that Shein documentary, but I just wanted to say that it used to be called She Insider, so I need you guys to say Shein. Thanks. But I was watching Black Cake, a new show on Hulu, episodic. So there's 4 episodes out now. And it's produced by Oprah Winfrey. I want to say it was a book, and they're making it like a series. I could be totally wrong on that. Hold on. Oh yeah, Black Cake is a book. And it's kind of like how Reese Witherspoon is doing like Hello Sunshine. Oprah Winfrey bought the book rights, and she's doing the show for Black Cake, which was a book, and it's a new show on Hulu. I was watching that show and saw the Shein documentary. That's where my train of thought went. But Black Cake is really good. I'll do like a review about it. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. You just need to watch it. I'm not gonna probably do a review on it. You just need to watch it. But that's where the train of thought came from. Okay, next. Okay, did you guys hear about that Hollywood executive's son, Sam Haskell Jr.? I want to say it's a junior or a third, of getting caught on camera dumping human remains in a dumpster. Wild. His name is, let me pull up the article. It was a Hollywood executive. His name is Sam Haskell, and his son is Sam Haskell Jr. I wonder, wait, is that the Haskell that's like the same street as Haskell Drive or Road in California? You know what I'm talking about? In LA?
I don't know.
They have Haskell.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know. If you're in LA, let me know. So anyways, he's under investigation for allegedly his missing wife, May Haskell, and her parents, mom and dad. They are all 3 missing, and he is set on a $2 million bond, if I'm not mistaken. He called a trash company to come pick up some garbage bags that, you know, at his house, and he was like, oh, they're rocks. The garbage people picked him up. They took him down the street. They opened the bag because they were like, this is soggy. It doesn't feel like rocks. And I don't know. I guess they saw like a torso or something, and they saw like something very suspicious, and they dropped it back off at Sam Haskell Jr.'s house and was like, we're not taking this, you know, we're not picking this up for you. You can do it yourself, whatever. Like, we're out of here. This is very sketch, not into it. And he then loaded it up in his hatchback Tesla and dumped it at just a random dumpster, and somebody caught it on camera in the broad daylight and then called the police, and he got arrested. Now, what I want to know is why the trash people didn't call the police too. I don't know. I feel like that's like giving tampering of evidence. I'm not a lawyer. I have nothing. I don't know about crime. I just listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. But yeah, so he's set on a $2 million bail right now, and I don't think it's been provided or whatever, like when people pay it. So yeah, that's sad. That's scary. People are fucking unhinged these days, I tell you. I'll give you more on that when more comes, but that's about all that I know to this date at the moment. Also, if you guys were following the Robert De Niro story, I didn't cover it, but they had just come to an agreement to where his assistant was awarded $2.1 million in her counter lawsuit to him. So the gist of it is she worked for him for like 21 years. She was paid $300,000 a year. I love that for her. And I guess she was like an assistant, but then also did some bookkeeping and like financial stuff for his media company. And it's not clear to me because I didn't go down this rabbit hole, but something about that he sued her because there was books missing and whatever. And she countersued for retaliation and gender discrimination. Long story short, she won. He doesn't have any claims against him, but his production company is going to be paying her $2.1 million for gender discrimination because she was supposed to be doing, more financial and like a bigger title, and she ended up doing like assistant things like giving massages and like running errands and things like that, and she didn't like that. I guess for $300,000 a year, I mean, I'll do it. I would probably do it for a little bit less. Anyways, but she did that and she won. So not only did she get her salary for the last 21 years of X amount, but she also got awarded $2.1 million. And honestly, good for her. She was exonerated of her what is it called when you're exonerated from your crimes, but it like wasn't a crime? She was exonerated, and he, they came to a settlement this month, and they went to court on the October 30th. They settled on the 6th. And now his production company's paying her $2.1 million. And I kind of love that. I watched Selling Sunset season 7, so you don't have to. Is it season 7? I think it is. Oh my God. No words. If that show would not have premiered right before or during the pandemic, I don't think it would have ever gotten a green light. You're really telling me there's people in the Midwest that are like obsessed with this show thinking that it's so good? Because it's not. I'll tell you right now, nobody and nobody fucking dresses like that in LA or Beverly Hills. Not on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, nobody fucking dresses like that in LA. And not on Selling Sunset, nobody fucking dresses like that in LA. You look so ridiculous, you guys. I'm telling you, the amount of like sticking out like a sore thumb that both Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Selling Sunset do, and OC, I guarantee you, Selling OC, nobody's fucking dressing like that in the OC. If they're not dressing like that in LA, they're sure as fuck not dressing like that in the OC. That is a beach bum town, baby. It's giving wealth. It's giving wealth whispers, and they are just in their Birkenstocks and their Patagonia and like surfboards. Like that's all they're doing in the OC. Like they are. Oh, they're what? I'm from the OC. Yeah, but you guys aren't like out here with the flash. Not like selling OC.
Not like LA vibes, but
Taylor's from OC. She's chiming in.
Yeah, like San Clemente.
Laguna's very chill.
Yeah, I would say, I guess like the beach town's very like chill. Maybe.
Well, that's all I've been.
Okay, but everything else, you got all your designer, you got your bougie.
No, OC. I know Real Housewives of OC. No, I know, but I'm saying.
And they don't dress like how.
Yeah, they don't dress like normal people.
But normal people don't wear like Birkenstocks and like all that. That's a little too lax, I would say.
Excuse me, in my head they do. Last time I watched Laguna Beach, they did. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm not saying no. OC has wealth. Let me tell you, OC. I said that. I said OC is wealth whispers. Like they have money, but I'm saying they're not like the true like people from California are like who are not on a TV show are not like yes there are flashy people, but I'm saying they're not like going to the grocery store and like 6-inch Louboutins and like pleather pants and like a latex suit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I also like wouldn't show up to the grocery store like not
in Birkenstocks. Excuse me. Oh, you wouldn't?
No, like when I lived there or even when I go home, I feel like I can't wear comfy clothes and like go to the grocery store.
That must be a you issue because
no,
I
like that like.
Well, I didn't spend time in the OC. I just went, for day trips, and I went to the beach. Yeah.
So you're only seeing like what people wear.
But I never felt like I had to dress up in LA. Like to go run errands. Like I'm the same. Oh, maybe I missed the fucking memo. I have no idea. Yeah. I wear the same shit that I wear here to go run errands there.
Oh yeah, you can never catch me like that. I mean, like.
Oh my God, it's giving I missed the memo. Don't listen to me.
In Idaho, yeah, like that was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, I can.
But who are you gonna see? Who are you gonna run into?
I don't know, but like it was just.
And you of all people are in a fucking relationship the longest.
Yeah, but that was like kind of like part of the culture. I feel like it was just that's how it was. I don't know.
Oh, well, I missed a memo. Well, I gotta tell you, actually. No, I did miss a memo because one time I went to brunch and I saw, let me tell you, back to back, I saw Jessica Biel, Hilary Duff, and maybe it was just them two coming out of Clou Clicquot, whatever that French, no, what's it called? Oh, Clou Clic, that was Vouf Clicquot. But, what's that French bakery? Le Pain. Qui Le Pain. You know what I'm talking about? They have one in the Valley and they have one like, they have a couple. It's like, not a franchise, but they have like a couple locations. Something Le Pain, but it's French. I was wearing army colored green spandex shorts with a black crop sweatshirt that said California from Pakistan with some mixed matching flip-flops, hair in a pony. And I was like, yeah, let's just go get a croissant. Like, whatever. Like, let's just go get a croissant. I don't give a fuck. By the way, mind you, my girlfriend was like in town. So that was me showing her the city in that outfit. I have a picture too, because not me talking about, because that was right when The Sinner wrapped season 1. And we were talking about The Sinner on the way, talking about Manifest. We were talking about The Sinner on the way to brunch. Or like, I wouldn't really call it like brunch. We just like went to go get like breakfast and coffee, you know? Yeah. This isn't like it's like a cafe. Yeah, like you, yeah. So it's not like a sit down restaurant. And I mean, they did have like 3 tables and then some outside. We sat outside. So we were just talking about The Sinner and I was like, wouldn't that be so crazy if we ran into Jessica Biel? Bitch, we literally sat outside and we were there for like, I don't know, like an hour or 2, hour and a half. And Jessica Biel comes out with like, and you just know these people are famous. Maybe you're right, because you just know these people are famous the way that they dress and they carry themselves. Also, the first thing I noticed was her mouth. In person, it looked like Steven Tyler. Anyways, Jessica Biel. Okay, her driver or Manny or whoever was with her looked exactly like Justin Timberlake circa NSYNC days with the curly bleached ramen noodle hair. Looked just like him. She was talking with her friend and I saw baby Silas there and I was like freaking out and I was like deer in the headlights. I was like, don't make a move. And I was like, hey Jessica, let me just get a chat really quick. But I didn't say that. Anyway, but she was talking to her friend and I guess their kids like play soccer together or something. I didn't recognize the friend. It was giving like just normal neighbors. And then I tell you, not even 10 minutes later, Hilary Duff pulls up in her G-Wagon and she valet parks. She goes to Susie Cakes. And by this time I had something to say to her because we are Houston girls. Also, Hilary Duff lived in my neighborhood and I kind of ran into her a bunch. And I was like, oh my God, like I need to, and I've met her here before when I was like a child when she had some meet and greet for Lizzie McGuire. And so she pulls up, she parks, and she's going to Susie Cakes, and me and my friends were like concocting a plan. They're like, no, don't say hi to her. I was like, but I have something to say. And Hurricane Harvey in Houston had just happened, and she did that telethon or whatever, where you call in to like do donations. So I was like, oh no, I'll just go up to her and thank her for all of the things that like she did for Houston as like 2 Katy girlies, you know what I mean? 2 Houston girlies. Actually, I think she lived in Memorial, but whatever. She hid her kid from me. I like walked up, like I guess I mean, I think in general my energy is a little aggressive. Like I'm a pretty confident, like a loud person, even like when I'm not trying. So I'm like walking up to her and I'm like, oh, hey, Hilary, I just wanted to say thank you so much for, participating in the Houston Harvey donation, telethon thing, marathon. I thought that was like really cool of you and Selena Gomez, both Texas girlies, just really out here supporting. I'm from Houston, and just give her my whole life story. And she literally takes Luca and she pushes him behind her. Like, oh, wow. She was nice. Like, everybody's like, Hilary Duff's a bitch. I mean, like, she's the only, that is true. Like, that's her reputation. I don't really get it. I mean, well, at least a couple of people that I know that have, but other, like, influencers or whatever who have met her is like, she's not very nice. But, like, she's the only one that didn't go crazy as a Disney star. And also, I thought she was nice because, hello, I'm a lunatic, okay? So yeah, I'm not going to do anything to you or your child. I'm just trying to be your friend, okay? But I guess she doesn't want to be my friend. But I genuinely, I mean, maybe it was like a little jacked up on coffee too. So I was like, ooh, like it was a little intense, I'm sure. No, I was wearing the outfit with the camo spandex shorts and a cropped long sleeve sweatshirt that said California with like probably Birkenstocks. And my legs not shaved, 100%. She probably was like, this bitch is on crack. I wasn't. That's just my personality, unfortunately. So, sorry about that, Hilary. It's honestly haunted me for years, and I would like to apologize to you for scaring you. But if you want to be friends, let me know, because we were neighbors. Oh, and then I saw her at this concert, but that's a story for a different day. Because I can't give away all my goodies. Yeah. I went to P. Diddy's house. That's a great story. For another time. Leave you on that cliffhanger. Anyway, guys, I don't know what the fuck this episode was about, but I hope you guys tuned in. I hope you guys will tune in next week, and I hope you enjoyed your time here. I'm going thrifting, and I will see you guys later. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at coffee.means.vodka. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts. Feel free to email me at coffeemeansvodkapod@gmail.com. And if you want to be a guest, please DM me, or please go to the link in my Instagram bio at coffee.meansvodka to fill out the guest form. I would love to have you on. We're going to start rolling out the guests soon, and I'm so excited to have more people on. I think it's going to be really fun, and we're going to get it together and have just a really fun time. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.